a little bit in the center of my lid and then just blend it. I'm gonna go in the corners, bring light to that corner. Next, I'm going to lightly set my concealer. I'm gonna pick up this color Nectar because it's more of a neutral tone that's close to my skin color. I'm gonna lightly set that. I'm going to next go into my crease, and now because I already have a really defined crease, what I want to do is go with my transition color just above my crease and stick more towards the outer. I'll show you as I'm going along what I mean by that. I'm going to be using this color Almond from that Smashbox Cosmetics palette. I'm going to top off the excess and go literally just in that corner, just above my crease. What I'm trying to do is literally lift this up because of my eye shape and give my eyes more of that almond shaped look. Do the same on the other side. All right, so I'm gonna go in with this color. This is Rustic, and I'm gonna go in the outer corners, pack on that color. It's really, the pigment's actually really nice. And do the same to the inner corner. Same thing on the other side. So I'm gonna go in with a clean brush and I'm gonna blend out the edges. I'm just gonna blend that. And I'm gonna actually take another small brush, and this one is by Morphe 514, and I'm gonna blend out the rest of whatever was left on that corner and just blend that out as well. I do want this to be a little bit more intense, so I'm gonna go back in and add more product. And a lot of times you'll find that you need to add and blend to get the effect that you really want. Next, I'm gonna go in with this, again, Smashbox Cosmetics. It's the Contour Shadow Brush. I dip into this color right above Rustic, which is Delirious, right over here. I'm gonna pack it all over my lid using tapping motions. And go back to that Rustic and just blend again. This time I'm using that Morphe brush because I already have the color there. I just want to emphasize it and make it look blended. I'm going to clean off all the products off this brush, and I'm just going to go in and just blend out those edges. Because even though you're not putting a dark color in there, you definitely, you don't want to look down and have like this unblended look. So I'm going to bring that color back down, but liner, it's called Bronzed Gleam. What I like to do is I use this before I use my powder because it allows for the shadow to stay on longer without it dripping underneath. And I want to stay as close to my lash line as possible. And I'm literally going just into my lash line. I'm then going in and blending that with my Precise Smudger. Just going to tap in that color onto where I applied the liner. Okay, and then I'm going back with the first Smashbox Cosmetics brush. I'm tapping into Delirious, and I'm just going to blend the edges of that liner. So for this look, I don't want like a thick liner look. So what I'm going to do is dip into a black shadow using an angled liner brush and just literally go in between my lash line to define the lash line to make it look thicker. And it will also help to hide the band for the lashes once I'm ready to put the false lashes on. And what I'm doing is literally going and wiggling the color in through. I'm going to now use that same brush to give myself a little bit of a wink. So what I'm doing is putting on some product. I want to make sure that I just take off the excess so that it's not too much. I'm going to tilt my head back. I'm going to use this brush and literally lay it against my eyes. I'm going to tilt my head back, and I'm going to just ever so lightly lift I'm literally just like using the smallest strokes and pressure, slightly winging it, and I go back with a clean brush. This one is, I believe it's a BH Cosmetics brush, number 13, and just blend that like that. Hi guys, my apologies, my audio went out, so the rest of the tutorial I'm going to be doing a voiceover. Here I'm putting on my primer with my beauty blender, and then I went in with my foundation. Here I used the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation, blended in with my beauty blender, and then I went in with a darker color of the same foundation as my contour color. And you want to put the contour color wherever you want to create depth. I went around the perimeters of my face, the sides of my nose, as well as my jawline. And I went back and blended it with my beauty blender. You want to make sure there's no harsh lines, that everything is super blended and natural looking. I also like using a damp beauty blender because it gives the finished look more of a dewy complexion, which I really like. Then I go in with my concealer, again from Estee Lauder. It's the Double Wear Concealer. You want to put that wherever you want to highlight. I went down the bridge of my nose, underneath my eyes, above right in the center of the forehead, and blended all that out with my beauty blender as well. Also make sure to highlight the Cupid's bow if you want to create more of a poutier lip. I then went in with my concealer, and I love this concealer by MAC Cosmetics because it's not super heavy, but it's got great pigment and does not crease under the eyes, and it's pretty hydrating. So I do love it. And then I went back and blended it with a synthetic brush just to soften the eye area. And now I'm using the Laura Mercier under eye brightening powder to set my concealer, and I'm going in with the Galactic Luminous Face Powder all over my face to set my foundation. And I love this powder because it makes your face look super flawless and airbrushed looking. I then went in with a darker shade of that same powder and used it as my contour color. And I went over those same areas that I had initially put in the darker foundation. So then I'm brushing my brows, and I'm going to go in with the Ziba Beauty angled eyebrow brush, as well as the Makeup Forever Aqua Brow waterproof brow gel, and just fill in where I need to fill in the sparse areas. Then using the Hourglass Ambient Light highlighter, I highlighted under my brows right at the brow bone using a flat MAC brush. And I'm also highlighting the inner corners of my eyes just to bring some light to that area on both sides. So here I'm using the Galactic Cabo bronzer, which is more of a cooler tone bronzer, and further deepening my contour color just to give it more of a cooler effect. I'm now going back in with a clean synthetic brush and just blending all that together and softening the edges. And now for my blush, I'm dipping into the Smashbox Draw In Decked Out palette and using the warm apricot color just at the apples of my cheeks and blending it up and out. I am now going in with my highlighter using the Senna Cosmetics Divine Shine Baked Glossy Highlighter. This is one of my favorite highlighters, and I'm using a synthetic brush. I'm also applying a little bit to my Cupid's bow, to the bridge of my nose and the tip, very, very slightly, just what's left on the brush, just to give it a little bit of a soft glow. I then lined my lips with a nude lip liner and applied some gloss. And using the BH Cosmetics Bliss Lash Mascara, I applied 2 coats of mascara to the top and bottom of my lashes, and we were done. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Subscribe to watch my next video, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye guys.